Hey, Eric.
Hey, John.
How's it going tonight?
It's going. It's been a long week, and we're a day late, so there you
Dollar
go.
short.
Always.
It has been a long week, but actually it's kind of been a short week because we did have a holiday, but I guess you flew on the holiday.
Yes. Well, but it was late at night. Yeah, I did a road trip that was ended up not being a road trip. Like months ago,
Road trip through the
my
sky.
my boy and I had planned hey, we should for Labor Day weekend drive down through the redwoods. He's kind of a photographer, likes doing photography. He wanted to take some cool pictures. Was drive down through the redwoods and go to a Giants game down in San Francisco and then kind of loop home. I mean, I would either take Friday off or we'd leave early on Friday and start making. Anyways, so it's getting closer and closer to the date, and he says, "I forgot to get Saturday off work, and it's too late to ask for work." And I thought, well, we could bump it, and then I could go into the office, on Tuesday and, kind of work from the office. And then we could try to figure something out. And he said, well, no, because I also have work on Tuesday. So like, well, okay.
No road trip for you.
And so my road trip that kind of went from a road trip to then hey, maybe I can hang out at the office down there and, see a bunch of folks. A bunch of folks were going to come to the office. I thought it'd be a great time to go see folks in the office. And then didn't. And then I ended up just flying down late Monday night, doing 2 days in the office and coming back late Wednesday night. So late last night. Worked out great. Worked out. I mean, it was fun to see folks that I typically only see from the shoulders up.
Yeah.
It was fun to see, you're taller in person than I thought. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. But it does make for long days.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. How was your weekend, extra day weekend?
So last Thursday, I think it was, there was like an ice cream social for my wife's school that, for the start, because school started this week.
Right,
so
right.
anyway, so last Thursday they were doing ice cream social and happened to see somebody who, he works at iHeartRadio, and he said to me, "Oh, hey, are you looking forward to the concert on Saturday?" And I was like, "Oh, I forgot that I won tickets to a concert last Saturday." and it was Christopher Cross, Men at Work, and Toto.
Not too shabby.
It was actually, cut to the chase. It was a great concert. Concert. I really enjoyed it. Nice. But, I didn't have my tickets, and B, my wife's on crutches, so she was like, "No, I'm not. I can't go." So I was like, "Hey, can I take my son?" And he was like, "Sure, I'll go." I mean, also, he said he recognized like two of the Men at Work songs because we'd had them on like road trip playlists. But he didn't recognize any of the Christopher Cross songs, which I was like, really?
You failed as a
parent. I've evidently failed. Yeah. Anyway. But, and then of course Toto has, at least there were 2 or 3 songs he recognized, but it's cool. It was great.
Fun.
So that was a fun Saturday. So Friday morning I was like, hey, actually I felt I was in the wrong, but I emailed the person I was supposed to email, said, "Hey, I forgot." And she got back to me really quickly and she was like, "Oh, that email was sent to you months ago, but I can see the tickets aren't claimed. See if you can find it. If not, let me know." I was like, well, so anyway. And yes, there had been a email.
Google search, save the day.
Yeah. And click. So anyway, so it worked out. It was a very late night, but it was a very fun night. Very fun. But then the next day, so Sunday, I'm erranding and I think it happened leaving the Michaels parking lot, because I was heading from Michaels to Costco, and my tire warning light came on and was like, low pressure, 29 psi. I think it
Sure.
comes on at like 30 or 29. I'm like, ooh. So I'm driving along, and 28, 27, 26.
So this is not a
yeah. I mean, it wasn't. It was obviously it wasn't an explosive problem, but I was like, can I make it home? And so, needless to say, I wound up getting the car towed. I was going to have it towed to the tire shop, but it was Sunday and they were all closed. And then I was like, I don't know if they're going to be even open on Monday,
right?
Which they were not. So I just had it towed home, and then Tuesday, I guess, for lunch, I have a little battery powered tire inflator. So okay. I pumped the tire up to 39, hopped in the car, and started driving north. And about halfway to the tire shop, it was down to like 22 or something like that. And so I pulled off to the side of the road, inflated it again, and I sort of made it to the tire shop. And then okay. So
Nail?
lunch
Screw.
Oh, who knows? Because of course, I knew this was going to be the case. They're like, yeah, the tread's too low. We can't repair this. And I knew that they were going to say that. So okay. I had planned mentally
for new tires.
For new tires.
Okay.
So, but that's okay. I sat in the it's in the Home Depot and Lowe's parking lot. So I sat in the Wendy's and took a couple of work calls and had lunch at Wendy's while they. Anyway, okay. So that was my very fun and exciting.
It must be the week for low tire pressure. My wife. So I flew out before my wife was heading out herself to go visit family, and our deal was she would drive my car to the airport and just drop it off, and then when I flew back, I would just pick it up and come home. She calls me and she said, halfway there, the warning light started beeping at me about low tire pressure. I didn't know if I should turn off, and it was bad traffic, and I was late for my flight. And so I just drove it and parked it. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't, because it was all four tires. It was just the seasonal change of the weather. It's slowly over time. So today I took a break at some point today and ran to the gas station, because I do not have a little tire filler upper myself, but the gas station has a little push button free air thing. So I just ran to the gas station. Said, no, I don't need gas.
Pumped up the tires. Yeah.
Got the tires up to their appropriate.
I have pulled the EV into the gas station before, and so I get out of the car. I had a couple of canisters in the back of the car, but I literally pull up, get out of the car, and the gas station attendant looks at me. He's like, that doesn't use gas, right? And I'm like, I bought the car. Yes, I'm aware that it doesn't use gas. Anyway, I
am not confused.
I just thought that, like, literally, I'm like, you Anyway, so anyway, that I was like,
no, someone has pulled up and looked and in Oregon, you can pump your own gas in Oregon.
You can pump your own gas in Oregon,
and I think more and more stations are just making that the default. Where, anyways, So,
but I will tell you. So my wife has a plug-in hybrid,
right.
And she also has pulled in and into a car, and like the attendant was like irate at her that she was on the wrong side. She's like, or the person was like, it's on the other side. It's on the other side. And my wife's like, the gas is on this side. The electric is on the other side. Like right. I don't know. I'm.
They'll figure it out.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. All right.
It's all right. So I see you have a follow-up.
We've talked about the Kuiper satellites, Amazon's Project Kuiper, in the past.
Yes.
I just saw this article today about Amazon has a video now showing that they've reached gigabit speeds with their Kuiper satellite. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Right? It's
okay.
Using enterprise grade customer equipment. So probably not the consumer stuff that you would get. And the number of people currently using the network, extremely small. So they had plenty of capacity. So those are the asterisks. But it is kind of cool that now there is a competitor with gigabit speeds, potential gigabit speeds. They talk about 400 megabits, same thing as Starlink, and apparently Starlink's going to upgrade to a gigabit speed at some point soon. So satellite is coming.
Starlink is, I'm on Starlink.
Yep.
And let's see, fast.com. I'm currently, I'll sometimes get as much as 190, 200. Currently I'm getting 57. Okay. So that seems kind of low at the moment, but yeah.
I have 2 gigabit internet, and I never use 2 gigabit. Even with all the 100 plus devices in my house that are
so
probably
happy with 57. I mean, if I come off as ungrateful, my 2 years ago 5 megabit person is swearing at me. So,
All right, so just to, there you go. That'll be nice.
Well,
Amazon Kuiper is getting close to.
If and when it's available, I will probably give it a shot.
All right.
Especially since I'm paying for the directional Wi-Fi still as my second. I could have a.
What happened to T-Mobile? The cell.
Well,
is that your third?
That's my third.
Okay.
Because when I went because I have 2 hardwired, and then I have one, because the T-Mobile I can take camping and stuff too. So, and that's like cheap. But yeah, when I went to shut off the directional Wi-Fi, they're like, could we cut the price by like 70% if you were not actually going to use the bandwidth, but it'll be plugged into your router as a hot second uplink?
Yeah.
Why? Yes, you can. So
yeah,
and Ubiquiti tells me once or twice a week that Starlink's down and switching over to Coho.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't regret it.
Okay,
I don't regret it. How about a topic?
All right. My topic is an Android security flaw. Ooh. There are a couple Android updates, and I was just going to double check my Android phone. Yes.
So you're
in the process of updating.
It's an Android night for you, because I saw you're something fun.
Oh yeah. So there is already. So it's September 4th, and Google has already released a September 2025 security update for Android devices. 84 different vulnerabilities, including 2 actively exploited flaws.
Oof.
An escalation of privilege flaw. 2 different elevation of privilege flaws, one in the kernel and one in the Android runtime. And so Google claims in their notes, or notes in their bulletin, that the 2 flaws may be under limited targeted exploitation, but did not share any additional details. And then there's a bunch of others that they fixed. And so I went in right before we logged in and ran through and said, are there updates? This is, your system is up to date. But if you hit the check for updates, because I think it'll check every morning. This is so recent that I hit check for updates, and it said, oh, I have 1 gigabyte of updates for you, security updates. So currently installing those. Now, one of the other things here was an interesting note in the Bleeping Computer article. users running Android 12 and earlier, it doesn't just say are out of luck. It says should replace their device with a newer model that is actively supported or use a third-party Android distribution that incorporates the latest security updates. So, planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
So, there you
go. But yeah. What was that? So they're currently on 16?
Yes. Android 16.
So that's more than 4 years old.
That's how math works, yeah.
Thanks. So wait, so did you get the new Pixel?
I am totally planning on getting the new Pixel, and my something fun will tell you why. All right, so there's my topic for today, an Android security flaw, and yeah, foreshadowing my something fun.
Okay,
there you go.
Android man. Okay, all right. So I am my topic is AI related. So This is, I feel like a little bit of people throwing rocks at each other in a way, because this is a article by Brave,
the secure browser people.
Yeah. Pointing out security flaws in Perplexity's Comet.
Which is
Perplexity is coming out with their own browser.
Yeah.
So little bit of shade involved, I think, but but seemingly legit attack and clear vulnerability, and which, I mean, this world is coming at us fast, but
AI, all the things.
Yeah. But so this is like the whole point of Perplexity's Comet is to provide you a browser that is agentically enabled, right? So you can tell it to do things, and I cannot fathom the day that I will be saying, and they use this as an example, book me a flight to London next Friday. But maybe like when's the day I won't care about how much the flight costs? I don't know. Like, or now provide me a summary of available flights next Friday. I'm all in. Like, that kind of stuff. But we'll see. Anyway, net.
But I don't need an AI to do that, though.
Maybe you do.
Oh,
maybe you do. You don't
need
know
some
what
Bitcoin too now, don't I?
You don't know what you're missing. No, you need some Bitcoin 10 years ago when we were bashing it, and it was like $400.
And now you have $200 in that $5 I sent you from
yes
8 years ago, whatever it was.
Exactly.
Sorry,
anyway,
we're getting sidetracked.
A little bit of side. Oh, which I forgot, by the way. This is episode 404.
No one will find it. It's fine.
That's true. We're hide that in the middle here. Not found. So the what was I saying? Okay, so here's the quote. So to compare our implementation with others, we examined several existing solutions such as Nano Browser and Perplexity's Comet. While looking at Comet, we discovered vulnerabilities which we reported to Perplexity and which underline the security challenges faced by agentic AI implementation in browsers. So the vulnerability outlined here was in how Comet processed page content. So when the user directed Comet to do something such as summarize this web page, the portions of the page or the content of the web page would be fed to the LLM, but without distinguishing between the user prompt and the included content. So if an attacker embedded prompt manipulation in the content of the page, they could get the agent in Comet to execute instructions that they controlled. So the example that they used was they had a user visit a Reddit post that had a comment hidden behind a spoiler page that had the prompt injection instructions. So it wasn't like
not visible.
super visible, but it was in the content.
But it's in the HTML.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the user clicks the comment button, summarize the current web page. So when it's browsing it, the malicious instructions told the Comet agent to navigate to Perplexity AI account details, get the user's email address, navigate to, and this was kind of tricky, perplexity.ai which would still count as a website, a domain, but would count as a different navigation than perplexity.ai. And log in with that email address to receive a one-time password. That's the whole point. Is they wanted to, the user's already logged into perplexity.ai, but if they can force a login page for perplexity.ai then they can get a one-time password, and then instruct the agent to navigate to Gmail, get the email that has the one-time password, and then exfiltrate the username or the email address and the one-time password to a site of their choice. Kind of tricky.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Account hijack. So that's the example. So that was done here. So obviously they disclosed it to Perplexity. This was, I think, beginning of July. They had a timeline, but I didn't pull it out. And Perplexity has fixed it. But
if you read the follow-up note as of, because I was just looking for the timeline, August 20th, it says, update. On further testing after this blog was released, we learned that Perplexity still hasn't fully mitigated the kind of attack described here. We've re-reported this to them. That's the disclosure timeline section. I went and... Anyways, so...
I didn't catch that. I was like, oh, Perplexity, scraping the web without honoring robots.txt. And, what is it? Move fast and break things?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Anyway, so suggestions from Brave.
Oh, okay. Right.
Well, do you have a suggestion?
Suggestions from Brave. Well, it was don't use an AI browser, but continue with
Thanks,
yours.
old man. So first, the browser should distinguish between user instructions and website content, you think?
Yeah.
The model output should be checked for user alignment. So this makes total sense to me. Like, at what point does the agent sort of, or something monitoring the agent, need to step in and say, hey, wait, you're going beyond the bounds of the instruction that you're supposed to have been following? The thing that kind of drives me a little crazy about this, I don't know, because this is in my mind kind of a little similar to the LLM as a judge, where you know what you need to see if the LLM's working right? More LLM. So, and you know how all the platforms are charging? It's by the token at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a self-reinforcing system at the working as designed. Excuse me. Sorry. Working as designed.
It's just cryptocurrency.
Anyway.
By another name.
Anyway, but I agree.
Uh-huh.
If I ask you to book me a flight, which I will never ask you to do, cue this on recording so that in 5 years, when I'm like, hey, this is so awesome, you can be like, John, remember when? Anyway. So, okay. Option 3 or suggestion 3, security and privacy sensitive actions should require user interaction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I agree that like user sensitive actions, like in order to have agents working with other agents and the whole A to A and everything else, like you gotta have like authentication has to be passed or known, or you can't have the two people with the two keys all the time. Like that's the once in a while thing, not the every single time thing. So
yeah,
I agree, but where's the line there? And then the browser should isolate agentic browsing from regular browsing. Totally agree with that one.
Mm.
So
yeah,
yeah,
they're not the same.
Anyway, it's a fun, it's a brave new world. Pun intended.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
It's a brave.com new world. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, there you go. How about something fun?
My something fun is the Pixel 10 Pro. And Google. I have had Google Pixel phones for, my Pixel decided to listen to me. So I have I have a personal phone and then I have a work phone. And I think we probably talked about this before. And I've always used Android for my work phone to connect to work services, etc. But I will carry around two phones. But I have always bought my own phone. And it's always been, after trying a variety of them, since the Pixel 4, I have just really liked the Pixels. I'm currently on the 8. It's been a couple years now, so the 10's come out. And apparently the 10 focused huge on the camera. And Google being Google, as the company who one could argue is kind of in the top 5 of all AI creators, has a distinct advantage over a different company who is popular with phones, who has struggled with AI, I think. But so I just want to talk about some of the cool features.
The new iOS is going to bring Android's feature from like 2 years ago.
And it does that every time.
I know.
And I've been using the iOS beta. I'm sure I will get used to it eventually, but so far not the biggest fan of the liquid glass UI. It's a little
great.
Anyways, so the camera, things about the camera. Now it's not just the camera. One of the things that I think is super cool is they have a camera coach. So how you want to go take a picture?
Okay.
They can, these new phones to have the Tensor 5 chip on them. And so they can run massive LLM analysis as you're going to take a photo, and they can coach you and say, move this, move that way. The horizon, the rule of thirds, all that kind of stuff. They will do that on the screen, and you can it'll tell you and coach you how to take a better picture. I think that's super cool. That is a great use of an LLM.
That is
right?
That is awesome.
To tell you, analyze the photo and say, hey, if you want this, you can do that. One of the other cool features is editing photos.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the zoom.
That's next.
Oh, okay. The editing features.
Editing. They have what they call conversational editing. So using the same thing, the LLM
Book
again.
me a flight to London.
You can say,
sorry.
Yeah, remove the airplane from this photo. And it will understand the context of the photo and it'll remove the photo. You don't have to type. You can either talk to it or type in, tell the AI what you want it to do in the whole photo app. That I think is kind of cool.
That would be really cool.
A useful use of an LLM on a phone.
Yeah.
And the one that I know...
Make this dog smile.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The zoom feature.
That's the one that I had heard.
Is
about,
super
like
cool.
100x optical, basically...
Yeah. So if you go into the article, obviously you can't see this on the podcast here, but if you go into the article... and scroll down to the picture that talks about the zoom. There's a picture of a landscape, and then below it is a picture of a car. I defy you to look in that big picture of the landscape and find the car. That car at 0.5x is in that landscape. It's a 0.5x up on the top and 100x on the bottom. If you zoom in right above the 0.5x,
oh my gracious,
you can see that tiny itty bitty blue dot. Anyways, that's a sample example of
my gracious
100x zoom, which uses AI to fill in all the gaps and to smooth the photo and do all the other things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the car is not that shiny.
Yeah. So that is also, I think, kind of super cool. And, using these new Tensor 5 or Tensor G5 chips that are powering these Pixel phones have made some of this stuff really cool. One of the things I didn't call out, but I think I wanted to mention here was they're also adding the C2PA metadata on all the photos for everything that the camera has done.
Brilliant.
So as part of the photo metadata, just like the EXIF data that you're used to, it will now have the C2PA edited with AI tools, edited with non-AI tools, where the media was captured, all that kind of stuff. So pretty good. And I think of the many things that phones people talk about, this kind of stuff is like, okay, that is truly in my head a high quality use for an LLM and AI on a phone, at least for the camera. So yes, I am going to upgrade once I can find myself one at a reasonable price. So
okay, there
you go. That's my something fun.
That's super cool. Yeah, I heard that there were a couple of people standing at one end of the hallway in the office last night taking pictures of like at the other end of the hallway with the iPhone and the new Pixel 10.
Yeah.
And anyway, I have not been sent those photos.
It was head and shoulders better.
I'm looking for them. Oh, you saw them.
I have not seen them either, but I have heard the descriptions of them. Okay. And the picture in the article lends credence to the conversation.
Yes.
So there you go. How about your fun?
Well, so I did a space fun.
I like space.
Yeah. So this is that it was a telescope in, hold on, I have to reopen my link, but it was a telescope in Chile that first discovered interstellar artifact, I guess. So this is only the third ever discovered from outside the solar system. So it's basically moving so fast that it is going to pass through just inside the orbit of Mars, but is continuing on its merry way.
Okay.
I didn't pull it out, but it's Oh, I thought somewhere in here it had the speed. So going 130,000 miles per hour. 130,000. But, and it says objects on orbits like 3I, so that's the thing, 3I/Atlas, are very likely to come from stars that are galactically old. If it's truly more than 7 billion years old, that would mean 3I is the oldest macroscopic thing we've ever seen in the solar system. So, it's been traveling through interstellar space for potentially billions of years. And it's now been observed by the James Webb and the Very Large Telescope. Let's see.
Is it orbiting something, or is it just kind of
Nope, it is
passing
just
through the neighborhood?
It's just passing through. There's a image down kind of 2/3 of the way down the article that's like it's basically just zooming through the solar system it'll just pass on the inside of the Mars's orbit. And it was discovered at more than three times the distance from the sun to the Earth, so pretty early, and they're watching it gradually, gas off. And the two things that are kind of really surprising to them at the moment is that there's a high nickel content, but no iron. Which is weird, evidently, and an abundance of carbon dioxide. So it says that the high nickel and abundance of carbon dioxide were detected in the coma, a shroud of gas and dust that envelops comets and similar icy objects. Its CO2 to water ratio in the coma is among the highest ever seen in any comet. So let's see. Yeah, the James Webb captured it at 3.3 AU, and the Very Large Telescope observations were at 2.85. So it's going to reach nearest to the sun on October 30th. So got another couple months. And they're really interested to kind of track whether the composition changes as it loses its gas as it degasses.
Oh.
So lots of unusual chemistry, evidently. They're talking about, let's see. So it says, floating through the near absolute zero of void for eons, opposed to constant radiation of cosmic rays, it may have developed a cooked shell on its surface where CO2 ices were created. So that's kind of the one hypothesis. I think the other was that it could have formed, so some of the materials may be left over from the object's formation. It could reveal where the object formed within its protoplanetary disk. When it formed in its protoplanetary disk, it may have formed where the carbon dioxide ice line is, so pretty far out in the disk, evidently. I didn't know there was a carbon dioxide ice line. Anyway. Only the third interstellar object that we've ever observed.
Okay.
And it's the fastest one we've ever seen so far. So should be interesting to watch for the next 2 months, or maybe even a little bit more. I assume we'll see it as it's leaving too. But anyway, thought that was pretty cool.
Very cool. Okay, so wonder if the zoom on the Pixel 10 would catch it as it passes Mars.
Right? Just like point that bad boy up at Mars and
might have to go climb a mountain.
Pinch
to get close.
Where I remain, sorry, I'm being serious here a little bit, but I remain really sad by how bad night shots are with my camera.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll go out.
There was bragging about it.
The moon is so cool sometimes. Like, we'll go out and we'll be like, what in the world? Because it sometimes rises over Portland and it looks orange and really huge when it's down near the horizon. And I'll take out my camera and try and capture it. And even with the night shot, and they never come out. And it doesn't look at all what I see with my eyes. And that's very disappointing. So anyway, that remains a sadness to me.
All right.
Anyway, I know the Aurora Borealis that you guys caught last year was pretty doggone cool.
That was pretty cool.
And that was a advantage for the night shot. But anyway.
All right,
my friend.
Well, have a good night, John.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you later, Eric.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.